Tourlandish.com to kindly take stage. Also, judges, we're going to come back to Route 42 Labs. We're trying to work out the kink in the video. This is Tourlandish.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Before I begin, a quick poll, just by a show of hands. How many of us like to travel? How many of us look forward to our next holiday? So I can see some hands going up here. And well, I'm like you, right? I really like my holidays. And last summer, I was visiting Paris. I was really excited. And I decided, I'm going to plan my holiday by myself. Everything's available on the internet these days. It really can't be all that hard, can it? So I started, as people do with flights. I went to Kayak, looked up the flight options that were available, and I found a really good deal on an Air India flight on Make My Trip. So I booked that. And then I started looking at hotel options, accommodation options for me. TripAdvisor was my best friend here. Found a good property within my budget, and I booked that on Booking. So far, smooth sailing. And but I'm not going to Paris to sit on that Air India flight, right? I'm not going to Paris to stay at the Novotel. I'm going to Paris for Paris. I'm going, to see and experience a lot of things there. And so I started making a list of what I could do in Paris. So I went to Lonely Planet and TripAdvisor, and after days of scrolling through the forums, I had a list of what I wanted to do. I wanted to see the Eiffel Tower, see the Louvre, visit Père Lachaise, get some food and wine. And this is where I got stuck. I didn't know what to do next. I didn't know how do I find the best tour operators, right? Or which experiences were best suited for me, or how much would how much would that activity cost, or would it be available when I went there? There was no way for me to book these online in a convenient manner. Essentially, my trip planning had come to an end. I was now officially at the mercy of those sharks behind the hotel concierge desk, except the Lalit Ashok, of course. But this end also led to a beginning. This was the beginning of Tourlandish. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to present Tourlandish, and this is an online marketplace for tours and activities where travelers can discover things to do in cities all around the world. Whether it's a sightseeing tour, whether it's an adventure activity, a day excursion to a nearby place, a culinary experience, workshops and classes for tourists, or even plain guide services. We bring it all together on one convenient platform and allow you to actually book these activities or book these experiences before you travel. It was started by Varun, Vikram, and myself. Varun previously ran Trippy, which was his experiential travel company straight out of college. And his 3 years of experience at Trippy has been invaluable in giving us an insight into the travel industry, which has helped shape Tourlandish into what it is today. Vikram is an IIT grad who worked at Oracle for 4 years, and he heads our engineering and product development. I've done a master's in management from HEC, post which I worked briefly in Stat Consulting and in a logistics company, and mobility and technology have been very, very close to my heart ever since. So we started working on this summer in June, and by August we had the first version of our supplier extranet, of our what we call Delta, or the distribution engine for local tours and activities. We also started pilot sales, mainly through friends and family and through people who had signed up on our landing page. And we've never looked back since. We reached a 6th city, Sydney, in September, and in 2 weeks from now, we'll be launching a consumer website for the world. There are always 2 sides to a marketplace. So we'll look at the supply side first. As I said, we launched Delta in August, and since then, we've added 800 experiences in 14 countries around the world. And over half of these are already on Delta and are good to launch, good to go online. In terms of revenues, we've done pilot sales in 12 different countries, and we've done revenues of a little over 13 lakhs as of now. Our business model is very simple. We take commissions on sales. We are basically an aggregator or a reseller, if you will. And so we don't do ads, we don't do subscription fees, we don't do customer service charges. It's a very straightforward business model that we have. We think Tourlandish has a global market, and this is because our products are location agnostic. A tour of the Eiffel Tower is the same for an Indian, for an American, and for a European, and for an Australian. We think people all across the world love to travel, and we think this is a problem that they face wherever they go. And the early traction that we have had in 12 markets shows us that across customer segments and across geographies, there are experiences to be discovered and to be booked for travelers. So that's why we're looking at a global market for Tourlandish. The reason that we have applied to Entrepreneur is very simple. We're a young team. The average age is just a little under 25. So we could use the guidance and we could use the mentorship and the help. And I think that's the biggest reason why we're here. We're also hoping that if we can get some connections, especially in terms of distribution internationally through the TIE network, then that would be wonderful for us. So thank you very much. Within India, I would say not. Globally, there is. Globally, there are a couple of companies that do this. And I think locally, what we've seen is that we have found local players who do bits and pieces of what we do. Different parts. So we get a commission on every sale that we make, since essentially the experience is being booked on our website. So say if you're a customer and you came to Tourlandish, you would buy a sightseeing tour, so for which you would pay us, obviously. We deduct our commissions and then we transfer the net amount to our partners, to our merchant partners.
Has it been challenging to find the experience providers in different cities?
I think, in fact, this is something that we've done really well, and this is one of our, essentially, our core competencies. When we first started off in June, it was obviously a little difficult. But I guess the experience that Varun has had, we've been able to put together a process where we've been able to aggregate this content, find these suppliers and curate these suppliers and bring them on board in a very, very effective and cost-efficient manner, which has enabled us to expand the content and expand the distribution very, very quickly.
50 seconds.
So it would seem that somebody like TripAdvisor would take the run-of-the-mill stuff out. Is this for the more esoteric, or do you think that even the more usual run-of-the-mill stuff will be your bailiwick?
I think there's a big scope for Factile products, for regular run-of-the-mill products, even at Tourlandish. Because even if you wanted to book an Eiffel Tower tour is a very, very standard product if you're going to Paris. But there are literally 50 companies that provide this. And to know which company to buy this from, to know how much would that cost you, and then to be able to pre-book this before you travel is still not available for most products and for most companies. Even for regular products, it's not easily available, and definitely not under one roof. So I think there's a very, very big opportunity even for your regular run-of-the-mill products here.
Tourlandish.com, ladies and gentlemen.